House Calls.
It's time now for House Calls with the Kingery team of Mountain to Lake Realty.
Keep it here for market insights, featured guests, and answers to your real estate questions.
Here are your hosts, Steve Furrow and Julie Kingery.
Hey, it's House Calls. We're back, Billy. We are back.
Steve, settle down.
Hey now.
Good day. It's a good day.
This is the last show of June, Bill. Can you believe June has rolled right on along here?
I cannot. Time passes so quickly. Unbelievable. It seems like we just was the 1st of June. Now here we're at the end of June. There's a lot going on this month as well.
It has been a busy month. And like we do every week here on House Calls, we bring you the latest and greatest in the real estate market. We try to talk about trends. We talk about what's happening in the real estate market. And no better person to share that information than Billy Kingery himself here, part with the Kingery team at Mountain to Lake Realty. So, Billy, let's dive in here to kind of a recap of. Let's recap June. We don't have all the information. We're not all the way through, so we don't have all the numbers, but. What do you think's happened this week? What would you give a recap on for the real estate market here?
The month of June, the inventory's really good. It's hovering around 1,700 homes in the Roanoke Valley, which includes Roanoke, Bedford, Botetourt, Franklin, part of Craig, and a portion of the surrounding other counties.
And that number is going to include Henry, Patrick, and Martinsville as well.
Okay.
That's going to gather them all in there as well. I lump. Here on House Calls, Billy, we got to get everybody included there on that front. But yes, inventory is up, and it seems to be just continuing to march on up, and that's a good thing, I think, for all of us involved in the real estate market. We need inventory. There is a solid demand for housing.
It is. Everybody has to have a home. Everybody has to have a home.
And I think that being said, Billy, would you say prices seem to be steady?
They are, yeah. I think they're steady, and interest rates maybe are slowing things down just a little bit. They're around 6.5 to 7. Some of the predictions think that it's or predictors say it's going to get on up closer to 7. Hopefully that's not the case, but it is what it is. That's still, I think people are getting more used to the 6 to 7 range. And are more comfortable than they were at one time. It was scary for most people back, especially when it went from 3 to 6 and then 6.5. But the media, it can vary 2/200ths or 2/10ths. And, they say, well, interest rates have gone up. Well, it may have gone up, but maybe it was only from 6.2 to 6.4, which is not really significant. Or then they'll say sometimes that it's dropped from 6.8 to 6.6, so which is not a huge drop and then not a huge rise in the price. But the news media likes to keep everybody excited about the interest rates. So
and we need to keep in mind, Billy. Everybody wants to sit back and talk about, well, I'm going to wait for interest rates to go down.
No, I don't think that's a good thing right now.
Well, that's what the point and I think to your point is that, everybody talks about, well, we're going to wait till interest. Well, what if interest rates go up, Right. And that's the thing, like we can't predict it,
No.
But you take the time, find a great lender, find a good realtor, go down and sit down, have a conversation, figure out what your payments are going to be, figure out what's going to happen if the market moves up or down, understand your situation, and then make the best decision based off of the information you have.
Well, that's a good point, Steve. The first thing you need to do when you're thinking about purchasing a home is to get with a realtor, let them tell you about the process. The next thing is they will advise lenders for you to go see and get pre-approved, and they will tell you yes or no. They'll do your credit score. They'll say, look, you can afford a $300,000 house, you can afford a $500,000 house, but you need to know how much you can afford so that the realtor that you're working with can set the limits and will show you properties at that price or less. and that will speed up your process of purchasing a home. It's no use to look at a $600,000 home when you're approved for a $400,000 loan. So, all that comes into play. And then the lender will tell you what your closing costs are going to be. And that's a huge factor, too, because that's over and above what you pay for the house. So, and then a lot of times we will negotiate that and build it into the offer and ask the seller to credit some of that, some of the closing costs to you. And that's really, but the seller's going to look at the net after that. So it all works out. But that's really important to find a good lender, a good realtor, and know what your payment's going to be, know what your closing costs are going to be, and the timeline that you're working with. And
one of the biggest mistakes I made early on, Billy, was I had some clients and they wanted to see some houses, and we talked about them having a conversation with the lender, and they were working through it, but we didn't have that number, that what they had been pre-approved, we didn't have it. And so we were looking in a price range that turns out they were uncomfortable with that payment and that whole situation. But what it turned out was that everything we looked at after that, they compared to those more expensive homes.
Yeah,
and it just made
That's not good.
It made it such a challenge when we were looking at these other homes that fit in their price range, because nothing compared to what they had seen before. It was so I will not forget that whole process and the way it worked out. It just made everything so much more difficult. And so you guys, when we sit here and have this conversation, it's not because we just want to have something to say. It's because we've lived it.
That's right. Yeah.
Every day, right, Bill?
Yeah, and one thing, too, is probably the most important thing is to the lender, of course, but we need a pre-approval letter. Whenever you decide to write an offer on a property, the seller always, and I mean always, asks for the pre-approval letter when you submit the offer. If you don't have that pre-approval letter, they won't accept that offer, or they won't negotiate until they see it. And that's pretty much 100% now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Well, Bill, I think we've done a great job here. I mean, the market has been steady, and I think we've done a good job at communicating that. So this is the last Saturday in June. Next Thursday in Rocky Mount, you're pretty involved with a big event coming up, right?
Yeah, the Rocky Mount Rotary Club. We've got the 2026 festival at the Franklin County High School football field, and that's going to be starting at 5 o'clock. We have vendors selling food, popcorn, cotton candy, music,
hot dogs,
hey, fish.
Woo!
Oh yeah, we got a great. Well, hopefully most of you guys folks have been to the festival before. But yeah, it's a big event for the county, probably one of the biggest events. And the Rotary Club of Rocky Mount puts this together, and we have tickets. It's the biggest fundraiser we have, and we do a lot of things for the community with the monies that we make from this festival. And we have tickets on sale for $50. It's free admission, but we do sell $50 raffle tickets, and there's 3 prizes. There's a $2,500 prize, there's a $500 prize, and another $500 prize. So, and we sell about 300 tickets. So the odds are pretty good with that, and they're $50. So if you contact me or any Rotarian, or if you'd like to purchase a ticket that can help us out with the fireworks and have an opportunity to win something, that would be good. So, but we'd hope everybody would come out and join us on the 2nd.
So, Bill, if that's Thursday, July 2nd.
Right.
And if they wanted to purchase a ticket, they could give you a call?
Yep.
And what's your cell phone number?
540-420-2848.
And certainly fireworks, guys, if you've never been to the Rotary Fireworks, they spend a significant amount of money, and it's a good show.
And the sale of the tickets helps pay for the fireworks. And we have a lot of good sponsors too that help with the cost of the fireworks. But it's a big deal, and I hope everyone will come out and join us.
Well, it's good, Bill. Appreciate you sharing that. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the question of the week here on House Calls.
House Calls.
For generations, we've helped families find their place right here in our hometown.
We're the Kingery team, a family business built on trust, community, and a whole lot of front porch conversations.
From grandparents to growing families, we've guided neighbors through every season of life.
Looking for more than just a house? Let's find your home together.
The Kingery team, selling real estate 1 yard at a time. Located uptown Rocky Mount, 195 South Main Street. Give us a call at 540-483-5566. All right. Here we are back with House Calls.
Steve,
Bill.
you get pretty excited about this, don't you?
Hey, man.
It's
hey.
a good time.
We are on the radio, and we got folks out there that want to know what's happening in the real estate market, and who better to bring it than the Kingery team here at Mountain to Lake Realty. Guys, question of the week time. So today what we have is I've got Fred, and it looks like is from the 540, and I was thinking about I might know this Fred. Fred, his question is, Steve, I am going to put my house on the market, and I haven't done a lot. I've done some improvements in the last 10 years, but I haven't done a lot lately. And I am curious, what would you feel would be the best improvement for me to do and provide me with the greatest return? So, Fred, we've got no one better to answer that question than Billy Kingery. Billy, what would you tell Fred?
Well, what you have to keep in mind, you cannot make a second first impression. You have to have that house ready, spick and span, landscaping, brushed up, lawn mowed, painted. Paint's a big deal. The flooring, you need to have the flooring in good shape, and anything that you do is going to make you money, and it'll help it sell more quickly if you get it right to begin with. You can leave some things off and not do it. It may take the house a little longer to sell. It'll sell, but it'll take it a little bit longer, and the money may not be there. But your bathrooms and kitchens are your biggest item that we need to address. That's going to make you the most money when you improve those. And if you got green toilets and bathtubs, I mean, you can get these guys to come in and freshen them up with they can paint them or reseal them. They've got several different things that they can do to change the color and bring it up to more modern.
So when you're talking about the color of the toilet, when you say green, some people may be thinking you're thinking like this new green technology.
Oh no,
with a toilet, or
we're talking about colors. We're talking about browns and aquas and greens and pinks.
Something that would be like a 60s, 70s sort
60s,
of.
70s. The tiles that they used back then were great, but they're just, the color needs to be changed, and they can be painted and fixed up where they look like new. And of course, flooring's a big deal too. Ceramic tiles, nice. The luxury vinyl flooring is nice for an upgrade. And if the floors are really bad and they're wood, have them finished.
Yeah, we just recently put a property on the market there on Ashbone Tavern. It was built in the 60s. Very nice brick ranch. Just a solid home.
Yeah.
2-bedroom, 1 bath. And we were talking with the sellers about improvement. They had really nice oak hardwood floors, but they had been lived in.
Showed a lot of wear and tear, yeah.
They'd been lived in, and those folks came in and refinished those floors.
Looked like new.
And it just changed. The house took on a whole another. It just changed, just turned the page. It was a whole new chapter in that, and I think that is going to help that house sell. I have no doubt it will help that house sell.
Yeah. But again, it gets back to that first impression. When somebody walks in that house, they want to have that woo effect. They want to say, "Oh my gosh, this is nice."
So, what did you say, Billy? It was fair to talking with Fred here. It's every house is different, and I think it's hard to make a statement and say, "Well, this is what everyone should do," because every house is different. Correct. Is that fair?
That's right. You're right.
And you come into a home and there hasn't been any fresh paint let's say that they do have a 60s tile green bathroom, deciding whether it's right to do the paint or update the bathroom or do both. I mean, those are conversations that you have, and you look at what is the cost versus the potential return.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, your bathrooms and your kitchen both are going to be the biggest thing involved in making a house sell. That's what's the ladies. Now, another thing too, the ladies are focused on the house, and if there's a garage on the property, the guy's going to go to the garage first. So, but no, as far as the house, you want to make sure that it's ready. It's ready and looks good. They get a really good first impression, because they're going to be out here looking at 6-7 homes perhaps. So you want yours to stick out above the rest. So you want fresh paint, updated flooring, kitchen updates, bathroom updates, curb appeal, mulch, edging, trimming, shutters need painting, paint the shutters, just all the above.
Yeah. And the reality is that some people are in a position where they can just do whatever improvements need to be made. Others aren't. It becomes a discussion about, the trade-offs. What can we do within our budget? What can we do within the seller's budget to make things work? I will share this with you, and Billy is big on, the first impression piece. And I just want to share this. It's been on my mind. I had a great uncle pass away recently, and he was the baby, of the family. It was 30 years between him and his eldest sibling. 30 years.
That's a long time.
It is. But he was the baby, but he ended up, when he got out of high school, he ended up into the military. He was in the Marines, and then he went on to be a state trooper. And I can tell you, ever since I was old enough to remember, every time I was around him, he had polished shoes. He was dressed. I mean, his pants were his shirt tail was tucked in. He was just dressed. He was just very polished, is the best way for me to put it. Mm-hmm. And so we've all met people like that.
Oh yeah.
And when we can equate that to the house, to a house. I mean, you can go to a house and it looks polished. It looks ready for you to move in. Mm-hmm. And then we can go to another house, and you just pull in the driveway, and the light happens to be falling out of the sconce is falling off there, and it just gives you that, before you ever get out of the car, it gives you that impression that this home maybe there's some deferred maintenance, or just maybe hasn't been looked after like you would have hoped it would have.
Well, I have pulled in many driveways with folks in the car, and we pull in and they say, I don't want to get out. I don't want it. I don't like the looks. I don't like what I see. So that's what you do not want to happen.
Yeah. And I think that's another great, just a great understanding of kind of how this process works. And so, Fred, to come back to you, the best answer I can give you is I think your specific situation is going to depend. But you give the Kingery team at Mountain to Lake, give us a call. We'll come out and we'll visit with you, and we'll talk about those improvements, the ones we think need to be done, the ones that are, maybe so, maybe not. We can talk about that and put you in the best position to take advantage of this market, put you in the best position possible. And that, my friends, is what, that's what we do at the Kingery team. That's what realtors are supposed to do. That's right. As we move forward.
And if you're limited on your budget, probably paint is the best way, but it's got to be clean, neatly painted. It can't have, you just got to have it looking good. And if you're a good painter and you get the edges right, but don't paint sloppily, because that even makes it worse. You got to have it looking good. And paint's probably the least cost improvement. And another thing is the smell in the house, the aroma. You want the house to have a real good aroma when you walk in. You don't want it to smell like cigarettes or
pets.
Just pets. Yeah, pets. That can be the worst thing. Especially a cat if you haven't maintained his
Litter box.
Litter box.
Yeah. Well, guys, we can go on, and Billy would be glad to visit with you one-on-one if you've got questions. But we're going to let that wrap things up here for this session on House Calls. If you've got questions, we'd love to hear from you. Kingery team, kingeryteam.com. You can reach out to us there at our website, all kinds of information there. And here at B99.9, 276-629-9999, you can text your questions to that number, and we'll be glad to get to them. Bill, on this last Saturday in June, thank you so much for being with us.
Well, thanks for the invite.
You all have a great Saturday, and we'll see you next Saturday right here on House Calls.
Thanks for listening to House Calls with the Kingery team of Mountain to Lake Realty with your hosts, Steve Furrow and Julie Kingery. If you have questions about anything discussed on today's show, text us at 276-629-9999. Join us again next Saturday at 9 for more tips, trends, and answers to your real estate questions on House Calls with the Kingery team of Mountain to Lake Realty and Southern Virginia's country station, B99.9.
House calls.